What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. How are we all doing? How are we all settling back into the gyms? I am in absolute bits. I've only been training for about a week and a half as of filming this video, but yeah, we're about 6 or 7 sessions deep and my body is in absolute agony. Please let me know I'm not the only one out there, guys. Obviously, your body's getting used to all these different movement patterns, different weight stimuluses, and yeah, your body's going to take a bit of a beating if you haven't had access to heavy weights at home, or you haven't been training as hard as you possibly could have been, which is definitely what I've done. So yeah, my body is definitely feeling it now. But to be honest, even like that first week was pretty brutal, but even this second week, like only sort of 2 or 3 sessions in, and already the movements are feeling a lot lighter. From the weights that I was doing last week, that weight is now incredibly light, whereas last week was a little bit difficult. And even though my body is in bits, I do feel the DOMs sort of slowly fading away, a little bit quicker. So yeah, I'm excited for the weeks and months to come, guys. Let me know how your guys' training is going, what you're doing. Like for me personally, I'm currently running a 4-day split, so I do upper lower, day off upper lower. Now for me, for my personal situation, that is perfect for me because I haven't really trained that properly for about a year. In particular, legs have pretty much gone. Legs pretty much were non-existent for me. So the DOMs on that is real. Once I train legs, I can barely walk down the stairs. And considering my flat is literally about 4 flights of stairs, that's not ideal. But yeah, we're getting there, guys, and yeah, I'm excited. So yeah, I wanted to open this video up, even though it's a full day of eating. I wanted to open this video up by giving you guys just 2 tips to take away for the gyms. The first one being is to keep your volume low. Now, when I say keep the volume low, I don't mean to keep the frequency low as well. I personally think that keeping the volume lower with the frequency higher is the perfect blend to get your body, adapting to that exercise again, adapting to that stimulus, because you're hitting the muscle frequently, which is going to allow it to grow, but the volume is low, so you're not going to be battered for your future sessions. And the second tip is going to be to not be disheartened by the weight that you guys are doing. I think in my last video you saw the weights that I was doing. It's not the heaviest at all by any means. It used to be my warm-up sets or even below that, but now I'm taking it on the chin, and it is what it is. I know in weeks and months to come I'm going to be back where I want to be, hopefully progressing even further. But yeah, don't be disheartened. Everyone is in the same position. Everyone's either lost a lot of strength, lost a lot of weight, gained a lot of weight, and there is a few people out there that have managed to train really well during lockdown, which yeah, I take my hats off to you guys, because I found it very difficult to A, get the equipment, and B, be motivated as well. So yeah, hats off to you guys. But for the majority of us, we're starting from scratch again, and yeah, we're in this together. So anyway, before we get into this full day of eating, make sure you smash that like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We are nearly at 300 subscribers. Really hoping to hit that before the month end. And yeah, let's get into the video. So as you guys can tell from the title and the thumbnail, we are doing a full day of eating. It's not a typical full day of eating. We are doing a full day of eating nothing but Lidl's ready meals. Now, I've not really had many ready meals from Lidl at all. In fact, I used to have a few back in the days when I was at university, but haven't had ready meals from Lidl in a long time, unless it's just something quick and cheap to pick up, or sort of a challenge. But yeah, we're doing a full day of eating nothing but the ready meals from Lidl, literally nothing else other than water. So yeah, I'm excited for this one. I think it's going to be all right because I do like savory food and I do like ready meals from time to time. Obviously, all day is going to be something different. There's going to be a lot of fat involved. I'm sure of that because with a lot of ready meals, unless you pick low fat options, but for me that wouldn't be ideal. I need a lot of calories, so I'd rather get more fat in for one day. One day out of the week is not going to hurt. Rather than eating 3 or 4 sort of low calorie ready meals and only hitting sort of 1200 calories. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into ready meal number 1. Right then, ready meal number 1. I'm pretty excited for this one. I think I've started off with the best one. We've gone for a chicken chow mein. Looks all right, to be fair. There's a lot of like veg in there, a little bit of shredded carrot, bit of pepper, I think some little chilies, lettuce, and some chicken, and obviously some noodles. So yeah, I'm definitely excited for this one. It looks pretty good. The price of this one, I believe, was £1.69, so cheap as hell, cheap as anything. Let's see if it tastes as good as it looks. Right then, guys, I can confirm that tasted a lot worse than it looked. Definitely looked better. If I had to give that a mark out of 10, I'd give it about a 4. I mean, it was like the good thing about it is the size, like the quantity was big. I can't remember the calories for this actually. Let me grab the slipper set. Okay, so the calories for this whole pack was 480 calories. I think we've got 17 grams of fat, 45 gram of carb, and 31 gram of protein. The protein, 31 grams, I'm not sure where they're getting that from because the chicken was very, very minuscule. But overall, it's a decent meal, macro-wise. I mean, the fat is fairly high and the carbs are fairly low. I'd like to see the carbs sort of more around the 70 to 80 mark, and the fat sort of around more the 10 to 14 maybe. Protein is decent if that's true. I'm not sure I believe that. But yeah, this was the meal, guys. It was a chef select chicken chow mein, very, very watery. Had a good amount of veg in there, but yeah, the chicken a little bit not great, to be honest. Not a big fan of chicken in a takeaway. I'm thinking about it. I think I've actually got another chicken one later, so that's definitely not look forward to that. But yeah, overall not great, but for £1.69, I suppose, you know, what else can you expect, really? Right, now that the breakfast is out of the way, we're going to head to work, and then I'll catch you guys for the next ready meal. I think it's going to be probably lunchtime. So probably can't get away with having a ready meal at my desk as a snack. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in a bit. Right then, on to lunchtime. I'll tell you one thing, after having that chow mein this morning, is I am absolutely starving. Like, I don't know why I'm so hungry. I think that, you know, the noodles don't, you know, not particularly filling for me. And yeah, I'm absolutely starving. So I went for something a little bit more filling. So we went for, I don't know if you can see that. So we went for a sausage, like creamy tomato pasta. Doesn't look the best, to be honest, but you know, tomato pastas never do. So yeah, I'm excited for this one. I think the calories for this is about 568. 20 grams of fat, 30 grams of protein again, and I think the carbs are around sort of 40 or 45. So again, you know, the fat ratio is pretty high. Carbohydrates pretty low. I'd rather those two macros switch around, so have the carbs higher and the fats lower. But with a lot of ready meals, tends to not be the case. They tend to pump them full of you know, saturated fats. And the protein is all right. It's not too bad. So yeah, let's eat this, and I'll catch you guys after. That was not too bad. I think I'd probably give that a solid 6, which I suppose doesn't really seem that high, but I think the chow mein this morning was about a 4. That was about a 6. Let's hope it can only go up from here, get better. It was not too bad. You know, I suppose you can't really expect much for like £1. I think that one was like £1.70. So again, similar to the chow mein. It was all right. It wasn't great. I probably wouldn't buy it again. I probably wouldn't recommend you guys to get it, but for the price, it's not too bad. Again, the protein, 30 grams. I'm not too sure where they're getting that from. I know there's sort of trace proteins in pasta, but it wasn't a huge amount of pasta. And the sausage, I was expecting like little slices of sausage, but it turned out to be essentially just crushed sort of minced sausage meat, which was all right, but I don't think there was 30 grams worth in there, to be honest, because there isn't a huge amount of protein in sausages anyway. But yeah, it was all right, a solid 6. Hopefully the meal later on, we can go up to an 8 and then go up to a 10 later on for dinner. But yeah, it was all right. I think the one thing I'm noticing is, you know, I've only had 2 meals, but I am absolutely starving. Ready meals do not fill me up at all. You know, as soon as I had that chow mein, I was still hungry. And yeah, I've been hungry all morning thinking about this lunch. And it probably tasted better because I was so hungry as well. But yeah, it's not very filling. It's not the most filling of meals. But I suppose for ready meals, you know, they're not really going to be, because a lot of them are pumped full of, well, this one's pumped full of fat, which, you know, fat for me is not very satiating. I'd rather have the carbs. I'd rather have the protein, which is a lot more satiating in general, but also particularly for me, I do find it, yeah, it just sits better with me. Not sure how my body's going to agree to all these ready meals. We'll have to give you an update on that a bit later, but for now, we are all good. Yeah, I'm going to head back in now to work, and I'll catch you guys for ready meal number 3. Right then, ready meal number 3. So for this one, we picked up a spaghetti bolognese. Again, the Chef Select from Lidl. I'm not a huge fan of the Chef Select range, I've come to discover, but it is dirt cheap. So, you know, if you are in a rush and you just need those calories, one every now and then will be all right, but certainly don't recommend getting them, well, at all really, and certainly not very often. Macros for this was, I think, 529 calories, 23 grams of fat, 30 grams of protein again, which again, I'm not sure I really believe. It was actually probably one of the tastiest meals out of the 4. But yeah, definitely wouldn't recommend getting them very often. Right, on to the final ready meal of the day. I have to say, I am glad this is coming to an end. We've gone for, again, Chef Select chicken tikka masala. It's got to be a tikka masala. I'm not a korma guy. You know, anything sort of coconutty or creamy, I'm not a big fan of, but tikka masala, perfect. My favorite go-to curry has got to be a butter chicken or a buna. Absolutely love those curries, but unfortunately Lidl's range does not quite extend to that just yet. I don't know if you can see the calories for this. So it is 710 calories. I think 200 grams of fat, 22 grams of fat, 32 grams of protein and 90 grams of carbs. So higher on the carbs here, which I have to say I'm quite happy about because yeah, my appetite is absolutely through the roof. Fat again, very high, and protein 30 grams. I could probably believe the protein for this one. But yeah, all in all guys, like this is my final meal. I've had 4 ready meals. I think my calories is still just over 2,000, so it's still extremely low for me. I have to eat about 6 of these to gain weight, but obviously I'd be taking about 200 grams of fat if I was doing so. So yeah, as I was saying, I definitely do not advocate having any ready meals really, and certainly not a lot of the time. Yeah, they're just not really going to help for building muscle, to be honest. So yeah, I'm absolutely starving, so let's put this in the microwave. Right, and just like that, we are on the next day then. I just thought I'd give you guys a quick update before the end of the video of how I'm feeling after having a full day of ready meals. And it's probably, as you imagine, I felt pretty crappy today, pretty lethargic, incredibly hungry. I've definitely filled up now, but the morning I was absolutely starving. Like even in the night, I never usually wake up in the night, but I definitely woke up a couple of times just absolutely ravenous. Obviously, quantity of food wise, I didn't have a tiny amount. But because there was little sort of nutrition, a little fibre in there, I became very hungry. So yeah, on the whole, good day of eating. But yeah, the ready meals were not great, and obviously nutritious wise, and in terms of gaining muscle at the gym, obviously not ideal. But yeah, I just wanted to try it out and have a bit of fun with it. If you guys have got any suggestions of other things you want me to do, please let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. If you've made it to the end of the video, comment down below. AirPod case. Hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, and as always, like the video, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll catch you guys next week for the next one. Peace.